So today I'm going to be building a fleshing pole to flesh out hides on, and I thought I'd bring you guys along with me. I'll show you what all we need and what I'm going to use, and let's just get to it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need is some type of pole that is really smooth and free of knots and all that type of stuff. I've got a big hickory pole here that's been drying for almost a year now. It's really smooth. Some people use PVC pipe, the big Schedule 40 PVC pipe, but I like the wood better. You can sand it. If it gets a bad place in it, you can sand it out. And yeah, so I'm just going to trim the end off of this, and we'll get some legs on it and show you guys what to do next. So I had a tenon cut on this for a different project, so we're just going to cut it off. All right. So when you do this, if you cut a tree, before you put your legs on, you're going to want to find which way the bow is, because you want your bow to be up. So the bow is going to be up because we're going to put the legs on this side, and then when we flip it over, the bow will be on the top. So next, we need to drill a couple holes. We need to drill a couple holes in this for our legs. I'll show you guys what I'm going to use for that. Rufus is crowing this morning. So I've got one of these just an auger bit. You can cut the tenon and stuff and all that with this, so that's what I'm going to use for that. So it doesn't really matter where you put your legs, because we're going to cut them to fit anyway. So alright, so we got our two holes drilled here on the underside of our log. So now all we need is some legs to go in here. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get one of these. This is seasoned hickory, and it cut it perfect without any trouble whatsoever. So, link in description. So, I'm going to go get some. I'm just going to go right here and cut a tree. I think right there is a good one. So, I'll go get that, be right back. Alright, so what we got to do next is fit our legs into our holes here. So I'm going to saw these off square and get them whittled down. to where they fit in here. So this is going to have 2 legs up front, and then the beam is just going to be sitting on the ground. So it's basically just going to be a tripod. That's the idea. So, all right, let's do it. There we go. There's one. Alright, so that starts in there. So I'm going to cut these the same length. That way it doesn't sit crooked. That one goes in there. And that one goes in there. Drive them home like that. Now let's flip it over and see what it looks like. Nice. That is almost perfect. Amen. Solid. The only thing that I would recommend doing, that I'm going to do to this, is just chamfer the end of your log here, and that way there's no sharp corners. But this log's perfectly smooth. This will be perfect for flesh and hides on. So yeah. So I'm just going to take my draw knife and kind of round this off here a little bit. Doesn't have to be fancy. And you don't have to worry about it on the bottom, because you're not going to be working down there. Like that. So that's pretty much the basics. You lay your hide over this. Now when you build these, you generally want this kind of in your abdomen area, your belt line. You put your hide hanging over this. You can lean against it and flesh out your hide this way. But I'll show you guys how to do that in another video here coming pretty soon. I've got some deer hides and things like that I'm gonna flesh and tan, and I'll show you guys how to use it in that one. So basically what I'm doing with this, taking my draw knife, a 90-degree angle, and just shaving off any of the high places. Nice and smooth. So there you have it, guys. A fleshing beam for fleshing hides. That's pretty much all there is to it. So if you guys learned anything from this video or found it interesting or anything, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Keep an eye out for more videos where I'm using this to flesh out some deer hides. And I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Deuce.